Welcome back to the Hard Truth Distilling Company studios on this Thursday, and hoping to get Josh on via video, but if nothing else, we'll use the phone the old-fashioned way. Josh, joining us now. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Cannot complain, man. What is going on with you as you getting ready to come to a new school? But what's going on with you right now?
All right, now I just had to go turn some gear, but I mean, I'm excited, man.
You arrive in Bloomington in June, I assume, with everybody else.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most about getting to campus?
Getting to work. I mean, obviously, I want to win a national championship, so just getting here, getting straight to work, making sure all the guys are working, and yeah, getting to the end goal.
Yeah, it's a unique group that is Darian DeVries has put together. I've been talking about this a lot. The athleticism seems to be off the charts. You are one of those guys that really jump up, but a lot of the right pieces. Connor Enright is supposed to join us. We'll get him rescheduled, but perfect at point guard, at distributing the ball, average over 6 assists per game last year. Tucker DeVries, a lot of different pieces that seem like they're going to work well together.
For sure. Definitely. I mean, I feel like DeVries did a great job putting together a team from scratch because he found all the pieces that are needed to win a national championship. So he did a fabulous job.
And from what you've seen so far, this team that is put together, what do you like about it?
I definitely like the character and culture. Like, they're all winners. Everyone on the team is a winner. And if you don't have winners on your team, you're not going to win. So definitely us being all winners is a big plus.
No doubt about that. And I've talked about with so many guys that there seems to be a lot of parity in the talent and abilities of the players that have been brought in, which means there's going to be some black and blue practices, man.
Yep, definitely. I mean, I think it's good that we're all going to compete and work hard. And I feel like the only way to get better as a team is by going at each other every single practice so you can get the person in front of you better. So when it's time for the games and season comes around, we're all united, and we just take down whoever's in front of us.
Iron sharpens iron, and the guys that have been brought in, your former teammate Josiah Miles is your current teammate again, right?
Yeah, and we played together in high school, so that's a great relationship to have.
Oh, wow. So you've been playing with him. So you're going to play with him at 3 different schools, high school and college.
Yeah, I played with him for my freshman and sophomore year in high school, then I transferred to another school. Then I played with him last year and now here. So, I mean, I guess that's the path. What's
that relationship like? What is it like to have a guy that you have a relationship with, especially coming to Indiana? I would imagine that would be pretty important.
No, definitely. I feel like for both of us, it's very important because we have someone that we're very comfortable with since 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So having that relationship with one of my close teammates and going to another school with my close teammate is definitely important to me and important to him.
And what with all of these guys, that it looks like most everyone can shoot the ball on this team, and so that is going to give a lot of opportunities for scoring in a lot of different ways. Although it's not built with a lot of length at the moment, it just seems to be a very athletic team, and guys like yourself that can rebound the ball, especially on the offensive end.
No, yeah, I definitely think that's important because, like I said before, the pieces are what really matters. You need shooters, you need rebounders, you need defensive-minded players, you need point guards. So DeVries did a great job putting together the pieces and making it one whole. And I mean, can't complain. I think to me the roster looks fabulous.
What is it about Darian DeVries that you liked and that you still like, but it convinced you to commit to Indiana?
Well, when I was on my visit, he was really honest with me and genuine. And same with my family. If he's gonna be honest with me and genuine with me, he was also honest and genuine with my family, my mom and dad. So that to me showed his true character. And true character to me is a really big thing. If you got character, I want to rock with you any day of the week.
Yeah, and character is something that is very important this team that is being built, and it's been talked about, a culture. Of course, Indiana is a program that has great tradition it has not been what people would like for it to be in a while. And it seems the one thing that I have noticed, and the few guys I've been able to talk to personally, and the other things I've seen and read, is everyone seems bought in wanting to be and trying to be a part of bringing Indiana back to where they used to be.
No, for sure. That's definitely the goal. I mean, like on the visit, all we were talking about is winning a national championship. So we're definitely going to bring Indiana back.
What is it that is it just the nature of being competitive that does that, or is it does the fact of being at a place like in Indiana that you have the opportunity to be a part of the team that really either gets it started or whatever the case may be, but because it's not there, but if you are a part of that, is that something that is driving you guys?
I feel like it's a mix of competitiveness and being where we're at. Like, so I feel like we all came from different type of schools. Like if you look at the roster, everyone came from different type of schools. But at the same time, I feel like we're all competitors and we're all grateful to be here. So if you mix us two together, then it's not going to be a day we're not working hard.
And you made I mentioned earlier, a great offensive rebounder with a percent last year, posted a rebounding rate of 16.7% and an offensive rebounding rate of 13.8%. Both of those very high. What is it about rebounding? Is that something that you just really focus hard on? I mean, Dennis Rodman made an NBA career out of rebounding. So, I mean, I know there's more to your game than that, but rebounding is such an integral part. I think sometimes it gets overlooked.
I feel like, to me, rebounding, like my dad always taught me to be tough, be a strong kid, because I used to play football when I was younger. And so playing basketball, like, I feel like there's not a lot of toughness. So, like, I know I can get the rebound over people because I'm tougher than people. And rebounding to me is extremely important because if you don't have the ball, you can't score. You know what I mean? Or if you let the other team get an offensive rebound, then boom, they get a second chance opportunity. And, like, no one wants that. So definitely rebounding is a part of my game that I take seriously. So, yeah.
What is it about rebounding that you think, what's the key for you to being a good rebounder?
Positioning. There's a bunch of little tips and tricks I can give you. I can't give it on the podcast. I can't give my secret away.
No, hey, yeah, absolutely. But the fact that you have something that you actively think about it, that shows that's an important part of your game that you work on, especially when you're trying to keep it secret. You're like, no, I got my deal. You do you, and I'll do me. Does it become a game in and of itself out there when you're in a game to out rebound either the guy that's guarding you or whatever the case may be?
I mean, I would say I want to have rebound anyone on the team. Like, every game I want to have the most rebounds. That's just who I am. Like, yeah, I'm a great scorer as well, but I like to be a great rebounder as well because everyone knows I can score, but a lot of people don't know I can rebound until they actually watch. So that's definitely a big part of me as well.
And it definitely have worked, and something that will go a long way in getting you minutes. That's another thing, a way of getting minutes on a floor, because as I just said, you guys are obviously going to be competing for those minutes. Is that part of just getting on the floor, of finding a niche, finding a way in?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like every team needs a rebounder, right? So if you can be the best at that, you're going to have a spot. You know what I mean? Everyone's got to be great at something. And that's one of the things I'm great at. I'm good at a lot of things in basketball, but that's one of the things that like a lot of people don't have that I have.
And who besides Josiah currently on the team? Are there any of the other guys that you already know, either played against, played with, some form or fashion previously?
No, I don't believe so.
And have you talked to any of these guys?
Yeah, we have a group chat. They're all great guys.
And I was hoping to get Connor on with us today, so we could introduce you guys face to face, which would have been funny. But yeah, we'll have to get him on another day. But you've got Connor Enright coming in, like I mentioned earlier. He's a point guard. He's got a high assist rate. So all these pieces they were brought in with a purpose. And I know that a lot of fans were wondering, because it's not the typical team that they've seen recently that was built on bigs. And this one is not built that way. And so it's been a change, but like I keep telling people, I think this is going to be a a very athletic team, and they're going to win games in different ways that they haven't seen. That's why I think it's going to be a team that has to scrap and do all of the things like rebounding, like grabbing loose balls, taking care of the basketball, and all of that, in addition to the other things.
No, for sure. I think it's definitely important. Like the team, I think you have some dogs. When you have dogs on your team, like it's hard to beat them because they won't let you beat them. So I mean, it's definitely a big thing to have that mentality, so we can just get out of every arena with a win.
What did you know about Indiana prior to your recruitment? I know Indiana is known, but not everybody has a degree in Indiana basketball knowledge. So, what did you actually know about the program?
I know it was a great historical, cultural built program, but I didn't know too much about it until the visit. When I got on the visit, he kind of explained to me Assembly Hall. He explained to me all these things, which is great to learn that stuff.
What was the visit like? What stood out? What were the things you did?
Well, I said the visit was great. I mean, the moment I got there, we went to get some good wings. Then we went on a tour.
Buffalo's.
Yeah. Went on a tour in the golf cart, and the campus was beautiful, spread out, like extremely nice. And then when I got to Assembly Hall, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And they showed me the locker room, and it just all kind of like blew up. Like it was a great feeling to be in there. And it's just a great place overall.
Yeah, Jason Drake was on with us the other day, and he said that he grew up a Michigan fan with his dad, but when he walked into Assembly Hall, he was in awe, and he said it kind of helped him seal the deal.
No, for sure, it was a beautiful arena, so that was great.
Well, it's a loud one. That is something I can definitely tell you, and you'll find that out for yourself when the games start playing. There's a couple of guys that have played in Assembly Hall already, which is probably different, but they were in a different uniform. Who are anybody that's on this team that you know, that you're knowledgeable of? I know you don't know any of these guys, but have you looked up any of their games, their stats, what they're bringing to the team? Who do you think is going to challenge? Who's going to challenge you? Who are you going to be battling against?
I feel like all the forwards. Just in the forward room, just because it's going to be very competitive every day.
Yeah, and that is the place where there is the most, I guess, the most guys, you'd say, because they're so interchangeable. That's another thing about this roster that Darian DeVries has built is these guys. It seems like a lot of these guys can play from the 2, or you and your teammates from the 2 to the 4, or the 3 to maybe the 5. There's only you've got Reed that probably right now the 5, but and even a point guard, one and two, a lot of 1s and 2s that can just swap.
No, for sure. It's definitely a very interchangeable team, which is great because it's a massive disaster for anyone guarding us. So I think that's a great tactic.
What does having that versatility do?
Well, the versatility makes it really hard for the opposing team to guard us because you don't know what we can do. Because we don't have a traditional quote unquote 5 center or whatever. So there's a lot of people who can do different things, which is very beneficial.
And what are some of those things that, I mean, without giving your trade secrets away, but what are some of those things that a team like that has to do and has to get done to be successful?
I feel that like a team like playing us.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have to take away like so many weapons because the whole team has so many weapons. Everyone can shoot the ball. Everyone can stretch the floor. Everyone can handle it and pass it. So to be honest, it's going to be hard to guard. But at the same time, we might be undersized at some positions. But at the end of the day, if they can't guard us and we're a good rebounding team and we have good mindsets, dog mentality, I feel like it's going to be really hard to beat us actually.
With the today's, we've got NIL, we've got the transfer portal, so there's so much change, a lot. Obviously, when you come to Bloomington, you'll meet an entirely new team that none of the guys were there the year before, so everyone will be new. So that will be the same for everyone. But what has it been like since this change has happened during your time in college to be able to, not to be able to, but to transfer to these different places and see so many teams change?
I feel like good for the game and bad for the game. Entertainment-wise, I feel like it's great for the game but it could be bad for the game just because like new teams are common almost every year. So that's definitely like an issue. But at the same time, it makes all the games super entertaining. So for the fans, I understand how entertaining it is as well.
A year ago, you earned a selection to the ASUN all-freshman team, which means you've got years left. And when we had Jason Drake on with us, he mentioned that he'd already been to a couple of places, and he didn't want to change again next season when he has another year left, and that he would rather just stay right where he is at Indiana and not go anywhere else. You've got 3 years left. I know that's a lot of time and future, but are you hoping to stay in the same place and not change schools again?
Yeah, of course. I think Indiana's a great spot for me. So I'm looking forward to just staying here.
And
I feel like it's great to get me to the goals I really want to be at. I feel like it's a great place for development and building on my game. So yeah, I express Indiana the most.
What are some of those goals that you want to reach personally?
Well, of course, like I want to go the farthest I can in basketball, and I feel like the best place to do it is here.
And of course, I would imagine the NBA is your ultimate goal.
Yeah, definitely NBA is my ultimate goal.
Having the playoffs, the Pacers, of course, in the playoffs. I'm not sure if you follow the Pacers or not, but we were just on.
The Giannis fight.
Yeah, that was something. Which one? He had a couple of them. Yeah. Yeah, I would not be picking a fight with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, me neither. I'm with you on that one.
It's crazy, but yeah, it's been fun to watch that. But it's going to be fun watching this team next year. I know the fans are very happy to have a team that wants to win, and I think that's another thing Darian DeVries has done. He's brought in a bunch of guys that have the want to win, the want to do all the small things, whether it's rebounding or going for loose balls or just taking care of the ball. But it seems like an entire group of guys who, that you came from, I don't want to say mid-majors, but a lower level, and get the opportunity. We've seen so many guys shine when they've been given the opportunity, and it looks like Darian DeVries has assembled a roster full of guys like that.
No, for sure. It's definitely like a lot of kids who came from lower level basketball, and I feel like that makes you more competitive at the end of the day.
And why is that?
Because a lot of people didn't think that you could like succeed at that level, or you went underlooked. So I mean, that's definitely can put a chip on your shoulder and be like, okay, I can show them,
Yeah, how much drive does that give you to come to Indiana and to succeed both individually and as a team? Because if the team doesn't succeed, it doesn't mean a lot individually.
No, of course. It definitely gives me a lot of drive to make sure everyone's focused, everyone's doing the right thing, everyone's working hard. So I do just want to win. Like, I won a state championship in high school. I won 6th Player of the Year for Florida. So all I want to do is win. At the end of the day, if we win, everyone's happy.
The rumor is that you tell dad jokes to the players' mothers.
No, I do not.
That's not okay. That's one of the comments on the from the radio show here today. But yeah, I was going to say, what's your best dad joke? So I wonder where that came from. Who started that vicious rumor? What is Coach Darian DeVries really like? What is? I know you haven't been around him a ton yet. You've got to talk to him. You with him on the visit. What was your experience with him? I haven't been around him a lot either. I mean, he seems like a pretty good, down to earth guy, but I haven't spent the time with him that you have.
No, he's a great dude. Like he was driving us in his car when we went to go to dinner, and he was just very genuine, very like wholesome. Like he was just a great person overall. Like he looks at the bigger picture. He looks at the present. He's always has a plan for everything, and that to me like shows how organized he is as a person.
And how much of an impression did he make on you, period, as far as making your decision?
He made a great impression on me because, like, I had another visit scheduled on Wednesday, and like once I got there, I was like, this is the place I want to be. Like, this is the best place for me. The coach is great. Like, he explains what he sees me doing. Like, he explains all these things. So to me, that was like he really had a plan for me. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna come here and cancel the visit on Wednesday.
That must have been pretty impressible to cancel that visit. And And what was it like having to deal with the recruiting? I know it can be enjoyable, but it can also be a pain in the you know what.
Yeah, I was extremely busy, but it was all good problems, so I wasn't really complaining.
Well, brother, what are you most looking forward to on your arrival to Bloomington?
Getting straight to work and getting the season, man, and showing the crowd what we got.
Well, I look forward to it, and I cannot thank you enough. Maybe we'll try to get you back together on here before you arrive at Bloomington one last time before we won't be able to reach out to you anymore. But we do appreciate you so much. Look forward to seeing you when you arrive here, man, and wish you the best. Enjoy the rest of your spring, I guess, before the summer sets in.
Thank you. I'll work on those dad jokes too. I got you.
I appreciate you, man. Josh Harris, thank you so much. Josh Harris joining us here on Indiana Sports Beat Radio, and we appreciate him as always. Appreciate all the guys that come on as I'm trying to get that picture back off there. I don't even know where it is, but yeah, very another down-to-earth guy. So looking forward to talking. I like talking to these guys and getting a sense of their personality, and it's. Sometimes they're shy, sometimes they're intellectual, various different things, different times. But one thing I think that these guys all are, like I've said, is competitive, man. They're going to be competitors, and looking forward to watching that this year, at least. It's a lot more fun to cover a winner. Trust me, no matter what, it is always more fun to cover a winner. And we saw that with football, and we'll see that again. I think you're going to see it with basketball, although I'm not sure that they can. Boy, the Big Ten is going to be tough at the top. Those Purdue, Illinois, Michigan, UCLA will probably be back. So it's tough. You've got 18 teams in this league now. And each season, now with this transfer portal, there is so much change. USC, who was not great last year, could be one of the top teams this year. It can turn around that fast. And it has. Look what happened at Michigan. Dusty May turned it around. Hell, they were fighting for the Big Ten title all season long. Didn't win that, but won the Big Ten tournament title. So it can happen. It can happen with Indiana. It can happen with anybody. So I'm not saying it can't, but there's a lot of teams that you got to go through. Man, a fun day today. Didn't work out quite like we'd like for it to, but maybe we'll make it happen. We always do. Tomorrow, back at you. Expecting to be down at Churchill Downs tomorrow. Todd Leary, Zach Osterman, Alec Lasley will recap everything that has gone on and catch up to where we are. We'll get Connor rescheduled to come on the show with us and get her done. But other than that, shout out. Thanks to Aaron for standing by today. Tyler Smith also for standing by today for helping with the post-production on these busy days. Most importantly, thanks to each and every one of you. Without you, no reason for us to be here. Until tomorrow, though, I'm Jim Coyle. Go out and have yourselves a great day. I will see you on the radio.
Thanks for listening to Indiana Sports Beat Radio. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page for more clips and team coverage of Indiana basketball, football, and more. You can also find full episodes and tons of other content on thehoosier.com. We'll see you next time for another edition of Indiana Sports Beat Radio. Thanks for listening to Indiana Sports Beat.
Hello, everyone. Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat Radio. Thank you, as always, for listening to our content. But for more in-depth coverage on the Indiana Hoosiers football, basketball, and recruiting news, go to thehoosier.com on 3. Now with On 3 and great national writers like Ari Wasserman, Andy Staples, and Steve Wiltfong for football. Pete Nakos, J.B. Shaw, and Joe Tipton's constantly breaking stories on the basketball side. And the local coverage from Alec Lasley, Kyler Staley, and Zach Browning. You can catch something new every day at thehoosier.com. Go there. Sign up today.